Okay, buddy, I got three of them outside. I got the Panther, and the Tausch Panther. I brought that up because it's got a fairly loose track too, and the tank track's underwater. But this part of the driveway is pretty good for this kind of thing. Now, it's pretty breezy, but I'm still getting good smoke. I can hear the smoke unit, but mainly what I can hear is the fan. And I think if I turn the fan down to 5 volts as compared to the full-on battery voltage, it won't be so loud. Of course, there'll probably be some quirk of the video camera that it'll pick up the smoke sound, and that's all, you know. But anyway, the thing I didn't like about the smokers of the type that the Tar are is that they run off strictly a fan. And with the piston, you get that pulsating effect. Now, I can't really lock one track with this, but it's pretty close. I can turn pretty good with it. It takes a little getting used to. I've got the brass gearboxes in there, and they drive completely different from any others. See all that smoke? I'm so glad I met Norm. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of passes so that you can see how the tracks are working. I'll spin around here and go down to the end and come on back. Now these are the shorter of my two Panther tracks. The Panther G has another link in it, but the Panther G is all plastic, so it doesn't have the adjustable idler. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that, but I love the control from the IBU too. It's just great. Now they say that the proper track tension is so that a 1/16 scale guy would be able to get his hand underneath here. So mine are a little bit long. It should ride about like that, so that it's just lifted up off of this road wheel, sitting on this road wheel and this one as well. So this one's a little bit long, and it's adjusted with the idler from DKLM. So let's park this bad boy. Oh wait, there's one more thing we got to do. Now another thing is that since I had this on Tijan Electronics, I had already done the mod so that instead of up and down for my barrel elevation, mine is set so that it goes up and down like this. The advantage to that, the only advantage, is that I now have proportional speed control on my barrel elevation, because this was the turret channel. And I still got to get the airsoft timing down. But hey, it wouldn't have been a squad video if I didn't do that, eh? But very, very good tank. Exact same hull that you've got, the Asia Tam lower. That's one thing I was going to mention, is that I know they didn't paint the camo on the lower hull. You mentioned that. And that's the first time I heard that they did that on the real tanks to save money on paint, or to save paint. I wasn't aware of that. But I just figured that they didn't do it because, you know, you can't see it anyway. And that's the reason why the wheels are always solid color. My S33, I've got stripes on it, and it's totally incorrect. But I don't care, because I think it looks really cool, and I like it. And I guess that's pretty much what counts, right? So, now you'll notice a big difference in the Panther G, because that has an extra link in each track. The G does. And it drives great. But it does do that wraparound thing you were talking about. But the Panther G, I can pretty much lock one track at will. See that? I just locked that one track. This has got 4-shaft black steel gearboxes in it. If I could fit those, just one track, if I could fit those gearboxes in the Yag Panther, I would do it. But they won't, so I got the brass ones in there. The 3-shaft were just too fast for me. So, see that? Just one track turning. Now you'll be able to see in this pass what the tracks are up to. You can see that they're definitely longer. See how they lay on top of the road wheels when they're in reverse. I'm going to do a pass at speed here, so that I'm going to go down and get a running start and see if it wraps up like it does sometimes. Yeah, it was starting to do it there. See if we can get a good pass going by there. But for an out-of-the-box tank, this thing, I got no complaints, man. This is the IMEX Panther G. All I put on it was plastic, or excuse me, metal tracks, sprockets, and idlers. I think it came with sprockets, but not with tracks. That was when I first met Eric, when I bought the tracks for this tank. So here we go. That's full throttle with a 4-shaft. No wrap up. There it was. You see that? See if we can duplicate that. Nope. Of course, real tanks don't drive like that, I know, but you know, it's a demonstration. But as you can see, I got excellent control with this tank. It just runs like a champ. And this is still on stock Tigen electronics. The only mod I've made there is the machine gun button instead of the switch. Radio shock, man. It's got a really weak airsoft gun. Ow! And the stock electronics, you know, with the turret, it's either go like crazy or dead stop. Makes it kind of hard to aim the airsoft gun. But you can tell easily how this has got extra link in the track. But they run great. They, you know, no problem. It doesn't throw tracks. I mean, just in the last few minutes, I've really put a lot more abuse on this tank than I would normally do in a month. I usually don't drive anything like that, you know, but like I said, this is a demonstration, so I wanted to. Now, I don't have to lock the track. I can turn with both tracks running. I think with a little work, the stock electronics would really be something special. I really hope Eric is successful with what he's trying to do there. He wants to give us hobby grade, and that'll be excellent. So let's try the Panther 3. Because it's got a much narrower track, but this one, it's pretty loose. You can see the sag in the top of it. Now this has got the European dual ratio steel gearboxes in it. And the thing I don't like about them is that they're loud. But I can get really great control of them. Lock one track at will. This one you got to be careful. It will throw the track. If you can hear that whine, it sounds like it's got a blower. That's those European gearboxes. Way too loud if you ask me. Really like the brass much better. In fact, I'd trade these steel ones for brass if anybody's interested. Let me give you a drive-by on this so you can see how the tracks perform on this little tank. This tank now is mostly plastic. I paid $75 for this. And, you know, I put some money into it. I put Tigen electronics in it. I put on metal tracks, and I painted it. And I want to put on metal road wheels, but that's a long story. I don't really like the Mado, but the Tigen won't fit on this tank the way it is, or at least not now. I think I can fix that, though. But yeah, this is one of my favorite tanks. This thing just runs great. This is the one I put the camera on top of when I drive around the tank track. Give you one more drive by. And this one will turn, you know, with the big radius if I want to keep both tracks running. Really good control. Good airsoft unit in this. The Panther G's a little weak. The Panther's not too bad. Ow! I don't know why I get such a kick out of that. If I ever find decent paintballs, man, I'm going to mark up the whole neighborhood. Let's bring this one up close for a second. Now you can see that there's quite a bit of slack in those tracks. They got quite a sag on top there. My Mado Panzer III, it'll get the wraparound effect like that too. But on the whole, no problem. So for your Panther, I would recommend first try the idler adjust. And if you can't get it down to where you like it with that, then take your idler adjust all the way out to as loose as it'll go, and then take a link out of each track and tighten it from there with the idler adjust. Because, like I said, in my two Panther tracks, the G and the Panther, both exactly the same track, but the Panther G has one extra link compared to the Panther. And the reason that you never see any track recoil, of course, is because of the Komodo. Eventually, all my airsoft tanks will have Komodos on. I really want to get a hold of an ASP, but by the time I scraped up the funds, they were sold out. So anyway, airsoft can be a lot of fun, Joe. I hope you'll give it a little more consideration before you scrap the idea altogether. IR is great, but hey, who says you can't have more than one tank, man? Have a bunch of both. All right, buddy. See you next time.